Hello everyone! Welcome! Happy Halloween, bitches! Here we are, back at it again. I just wanted to say, we just hit the 3-month mark here on YouTube. Can I get an amen? Okay. 3 months in. Like, that sounds crazy to me. Y'all already clicked the thumbnail. Y'all already know what's going down today. I am going to make us some spooky focaccia bread from scratch. Okay, let's do it. So I haven't been feeling too well today too. I'm a little under the weather. I do apologize if I sound a little stuffy. I am. I wanted to come in here and do something comforting. I got a bunch of soup but no bread to dip it with, so that can't happen, right? We have got to make some bread. Do y'all like my ears? I also got this mask. It didn't really fit the vibe. Okay, so it'll still be hanging along with us. I'm really excited for this video. The only thing about it is I'm really nervous because I don't want to mess anything up, because that's just my thing. I just be messing stuff up for no reason because I be nervous. But I was like, no, you need to tell me right now. Kimmy, no. Do not be nervous right now. It's okay. Just do your thing and let's keep it rolling. Okay, so first thing I'm gonna do is tell y'all all the ingredients you're going to need. Now, if you've never made focaccia before, it is a very simple recipe. Very simple. So if you're looking for something that is like quick and easy and you want to impress the homies, this is it right here. What I'm going to start with now, what you're going to need is you're going to need some type of instant yeast. I use this brand right here. I love it. It works like a charm. You're going to need some olive oil. I got this extra virgin olive oil. They usually recommend you get like the best you can find. This was the best I could afford, so we're gonna go with that. You're gonna need some type of sweetener or something like that to get the yeasty boys going. They are going to need something to latch onto, so I use honey, and it is a great taste to it as well. You're gonna need a pinch of salt, honey. We got the Morton salt on deck. So that's what you're gonna need specifically for the bread, right? Then we're going to get to the fun little trinkets a little bit later. I got us some cherry tomatoes. I got us an orange bell pepper, a poultry herb blend. It has rosemary, sage, and thyme. Of course, I have a shallot, an onion, and a clove of garlic. If I love anything, I love to cook. One of my favorite things to do. Passes the time, and whenever I'm feeling sad or if I'm feeling not my best, you're gonna catch me in the kitchen, because I need to release that stress, and I usually release it through cooking. The last thing I forgot to say, you're gonna need some bread flour. You can use regular flour. It's fine. I've done regular flour, but I found out that bread flour works best. Let's just jump right in. I'm ready to rock. Rapid rise, instant yeast. Just tear that bad boy open. Okay, maybe I didn't do the prettiest pour. I told y'all I'm nervous. Get all of the yeasty boys in there. They already look hungry. I get all of it, so I don't waste a dime of this stuff because every single particle counts. So we put all of the yeasty boys in there, and then we get some honey, and we're gonna activate these bad boys. Here we go. Yep, I made sure that it was out of the fridge for the video. That's pretty good. I don't have a measuring spoon for any of this, so I'm literally going by the ancestor's guide, okay? And some of them don't get a chance to latch, so, you know, I spoil them. I let them have a little bit more. I just shake, shake, shake to the bottom of the lake. Okay, now, what we're gonna need next is some water. Make sure that it is warm water, just to get the yeast rising, right? So I'm gonna pour a little bit right now. And this is just to get them rised, right? So you get a spoon, and I mean you stir the hell out of it. Okay. They seem to have taken a liking to the honey. The yeasty boys are going to rise in about 10 minutes. It'll be a nice little hump in the middle, and that is when we know to pour in our flour. All right, the boys have risen. I don't know if I can show y'all, but they have risen. What I'm gonna do now, get a little more warm water, and we're gonna pour some salt and some bread flour in here. So I just get like a little bit of salt. That's good. A little bit more warm water here. And now, the dough. So we're just gonna pat it in there. Oh, there it goes. And pat, 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 pat. That is all out of there. Hard working job here. I'll put a little bit more olive oil in there. There we go. Yeah, this is very much a comfort style bread. So here we go, mixing it all together. So usually at this point, people recommend you use your hands. It gets to going pretty fast. That's what I'm gonna do. Put a little bit of water in this. It's a trusting the process. You really can't mess it up. There's so many times I thought I messed it up and I was like, man, this isn't gonna be good. It's a very forgiving bread. As you can see, it's a little pasty right now, but that's okay. Mine is a bit wet because of the bread flour I use. I have a little bit left, so just sprinkle a little bit on there. If yours came out, you know, a little bit drier than this, that is okay. So what you do now is you let this sit for about 15-30 minutes. Put a little olive oil on top of this, just a little bit, you know. And I get a plastic wrap so I can watch it grow. Just take a little piece of that plastic wrap and put it over it. I like to put them in the fridge. So we're gonna put these in the fridge for 15-30 minutes. And now we wait. It's been about 15 or 20 minutes, but just want y'all to see it was a little baby dough ball and now it is rising. I have work in like an hour, so I am basically going to kind of rush this process a little bit. Right now, you see how stretchy it is? So you do stretch and fold, turn, stretch and fold, turn. And you just keep doing this. So I like to get a nice big stretch. Make sure not to rip it too. It's all connected now, so do your best not to rip it, but stretch and fold and turn. So that's the first round of stretch and folds. I'm gonna try to do 1 to 2 more before I go. Put the lid back on this, put it back in the fridge. This will be the last one that I'll have time to do. So that's one thing about focaccia bread. You can just make it and it'll rise on its own. It's so much fun to make, look. And fold. Oh my gosh, it feels good too. When I first got a chance to make my first focaccia, it was really bright and I was just still so proud of it. You know what I mean? That's the whole thing of it. It's so rewarding and it feels good. Like to be like, I made focaccia bread and everybody's like, ooh, can I have a piece? You know, I tried to give out as much as I could just so I could get thoughts on it. Everybody loved it. A great little idea for the fall time. We just did our last stretch and folds. I'm going to be re-recording tomorrow morning so that y'all can see it in its fullest potential. I could rush and try to get it out, but focaccia takes time. Like it's already an easy bread. You don't want to rush it. With time comes awesomeness. Alright, here's the last bit of thing before I go to work. So I just get a little bit of parchment paper because I like when the bread comes out easily. I've done this without parchment paper and sometimes if I put cheese on top or if something like that happens, it's really hard to get it out of here. So I don't like when that happens. So I put a little bit of parchment paper. You put a little olive oil on the bottom of the parchment paper. So I just put a little bit. I like to rub it around with my fingers. And now we're ready to put our dough in. Ooh. I just like to do it sunny side up so that the top facing is on top. But then overnight, this will double in size and it will be the size of the plate. So right now I'm just gonna put some plastic wrap on this. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back. So it's day 2 and we have officially waited overnight for the best focaccia bread in the world. Just saying. Just kidding. But before that, I just wanted to show y'all the rise. So what happened after we left, I put the dough ball in the fridge and then saw it rise. And when I saw it rise, I just kind of dimpled it to give it more of the shape of the container. This morning when I pulled it out of the fridge, it looked deflated and I was like, oh no, did I kill the yeast? I did not kill the yeast. They're perfectly fine. I set it out on the kitchen counter, room temperature for over an hour. And look y'all, it's risen. It's actually happening. We're making focaccia today. We're about to do the fun part now. We're gonna cut up the veggies. We're going to come up with an idea. I'm thinking pumpkin patch. I have these little cherry tomatoes and they remind me of pumpkins. So I was like, maybe I'll cut them in half and create like this vine effect of a pumpkin patch. I went to a pumpkin patch recently. It's called Anderson Farms. It's here in Colorado. I've never really gone to a pumpkin patch. Jay said he's taking me to a pumpkin patch. I actually remember the time he took me to the pumpkin patch, but I don't remember experiencing it the way I experienced this pumpkin patch. I was all over the place, and we got multiple pumpkins. This is one of the ones we've got, and I got a few others that y'all seen in the last videos. Nevertheless, let's just go ahead and jump in. Let's start cutting some stuff. So I'm just gonna pass this over to Marco. Hello everybody, my name is Cami Snow, and this is a fox named Marco, and together we make Cami Snow and a fox named Marco.
It's Cami Snow and a fox named Marco.
About to just go ahead and jump in. Everything has already been washed, everything has already been cleaned. Yeah. I am not like an expert cutter, so if you're into the culinary field, I'm sorry, this is going to be sad for you. But here I am just cutting up some onion. And what I'm about to pull out right now is my soup day bag. It's actually my soup day, it's called Someday Soup. And what I do with my scraps is I put them in the Someday Soup base. I'm probably not going to use these exactly, so I'm gonna just put some in here. The soup is gonna be good when we make it. And yeah, I'm just gonna get to cutting a little bit, okay? Every time I'm cutting, it reminds me of the bear. I'm cutting up this white onion right now. I'm not sure how I want to use it just yet, but I get real creative. So I'm just taking these cute little cherry tomatoes. Isn't this one so cute? It reminds me of a pumpkin. And I'm just taking them and cutting them, slicing them in half. I'm going to try to get as many colors as I can for the pumpkin patch. Because I feel like when you go to pumpkin patch, you see a bunch of colors. I saw a white pumpkin, a green pumpkin, a red pumpkin. I never even thought I could see a red pumpkin, and there it was. I'm just cutting them up like this, so that when they sit up top, they look like little pumpkins. Okay, so I'm cutting up the shallot. It's a little ripe, so I'm a little teared up. This might be the only time y'all see me cry. We are getting somewhere. Here is the shallots. It's gonna be really tasty. I haven't really decided how I want to cut this yet, so I'm gonna put that to the side for right now. Oh! I'm gonna put that to the side for right now. Look at that bubbly goodness. It looks so good. Now we're gonna stage it. I'm just gonna do a little thyme. Put that like the beginning surface there, right? And then we're gonna take some of these cherry tomatoes and we're gonna place them sporadically. Ooh. Like how they would at the pumpkin patch. I try not to pop the bubbles because they make such a beautiful finish in the end. Ooh, looking good. What I also want to add, a little bit of sage. I want to take a piece like that, nice little piece, and I want to place it around or near the tomatoes. So there's one, there's two. So it creates a type of greenery that we sometimes see around the pumpkin patch. So I just twirl some of these into the mixture, like so. This is what we have so far. A cute little pumpkin patch. So I have some of these onions. I was thinking about maybe putting some of them to accent the patch so that it's not all just green. You'll get a chance to see what I did there, but I am just placing the onions strategically around so that it has a little bit more flair. Can't really see it right now, but that's okay. We're gonna do this together. Another thing that I saw at the pumpkin patch was corn. Like cornfield, there was a cornfield there. And I think I want to emulate that a little bit with this rosemary that I have right here. In the back, all along the back side, I'm going to take these rosemaries, place them above so that they look like the beginnings of little corn stalks, and we'll come back and we'll put something in there so that it'll emulate corn. This is my favorite part of making focaccia, is telling a story with it. I love the fact that focaccia is a loved bread and it's very minimal when it comes to the amount of effort you have to put into it. So right now I'm going to show y'all what I've been doing. I've just been lining the top row with these cute little rosemaries so that it looks like the stalks that I saw. And we walked around the corn maze and we kissed and it was beautiful, you know? You guys, I did a thing. Okay, so if you see the garlic with the eyes right there, I made like a skull with the garlic. And then I used little pieces of thyme for the eyes. So I'm really proud of myself. I thought of it on the fly and we're gonna do that. So I'm about to make a few more. Just wanted to show y'all what I've got so far. I have a smashed pumpkin. I have a spider and a, what else did I make? Oh, a ghost. I did a little ghosty boy right there. This is what we have so far. Aren't y'all excited? It's looking spooky, no? I'm so excited. Okay, we're about to put a little bit of cheese around the edges to like kind of give a cheesy feel for the edges, and then I'm gonna put some salt on it, a little bit of olive oil, and we're gonna put this bad boy in the oven. I'm just going to sprinkle a little salt on the top here to give it a little flavor. That should be good. And then I'm going to drizzle a little some olive oil on top, just to get it. So I put a little too much on one side, but that's okay. You just shift the controls. So I like to put the oil on the bottom before I put the cheese, just so it can get acquainted with the bread. I like to put a little on the edges too, so when it rises, it won't stick to it. Just a wee bit. Okay, and then you press it from left to right. Y'all, this is actually looking like a spooky focaccia, like I'm not a loser. Okay, I'm so happy. I'm gonna put a little cheddar cheese around the edges. I'm gonna try not to ruin my beautiful decorations because I like to see how they came out on the end, but I can't help it. I love cheese on my focaccia bread. It is so good, and it brings like a different dynamic to the flavoring. So I'm just trying to get it on the border right now so it doesn't ruin any of my creations, so we can look at them at the end. Putting a little bit more cheese down here. I know, I'm greedy. I don't care, I need it. So what we're gonna do now is we're going to take this beautiful creation. Can you see it? See that there? Don't do that there. We're gonna take our beautiful creation and we are going to put it in the oven on 400 degrees. If I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong, I'll just put the right degree on there. And we wait for 30 minutes for it to rise, baby, rise. I'm excited. We got everything ready to go. It is time. Get it? It's time. So the oven is ready to go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put all of this goodness into the oven, and we are just gonna wait 30 minutes and we will be right back. There's no proof. All right, it's about 20 minutes in. I mean, wow. We're gonna let that brown a little bit more, but my God, it looks so good. Yum. The time has come, so I got my love mittens. Here we go. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Ooh, the spider, really, really good. The skulls, yes. Like, this looks really good. So proud of my ghost. And even the cornfields, like, I did my best, y'all. And this looks really good. The pumpkin patch. I love that spider. So we're just gonna let it cool down, and then I'm gonna slice into this bad boy. So it's cooled down now. I'm just gonna go for the fun part. I'm ready to cut into this bad boy. I'm ready to see how it did. But we did get a chance to see how it looked. Spooky ooky. We went through all of how it looks. Now we gotta see how it tastes. This is a little more done than I wanted it to be. This is my fault. I put a 5 and then I put an extra 5, and I think the extra 5 made it a little crustier. I'm going to dip right in the middle. Seems like that's where we got a lot of our goodness, so we're gonna dive in. I got my bread knife here, and I love this bread knife. Okay. Starting to really smell those flavors. I already was, but Jesus. See that? Just wait for it, you know what I mean? The insides have got their nice little bubbly accent. What I like to do with focaccia for real is I like to make sandwiches with them. I know that sounds crazy. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. I like to do it. I'm so excited to just try a little bit of this and really get an opinion. So I'm just gonna cut a piece for me to try right now, for y'all to know my honest opinion about it. Look, I ain't perfect, but I can tell just by how when I taste something if I like it or not. All right, cheers. That bottom's a bit crunchy, but that just reminds me of home. It is so good. Like I said, the bottom is a bit crunchy, but wow. I think I know why this didn't come out as my best one. I didn't have enough flour. Y'all are gonna hate me for this, but I could do better than this. But I had fun. No, wait. I had fun. I actually found a way to implement the garlic into spooky skulls. I created a spider, a pumpkin patch. Even if this wasn't my greatest loaf, I learned so much from making this loaf. And that's what I love about making bread. It really makes me feel creative. And I recommend you go check out maybe a focaccia recipe on TikTok or something like that and see what they do. It's a very easy bread. You get to taste everything, your hard work right then and there. And it feels good. Like, I haven't been feeling good, so I'm definitely going to use this for soup, and that will make it real nice and rich with any type of soup I decide. I'm gonna probably do something creamy. But this right here is exactly what I needed. Some bread. Yay! That's a wrap. That's a wrap. To everybody still here, thank you so much for watching this one. This was actually one that has been on my idea list for a minute now, because I knew how to make focaccia, and I just wanted to show y'all that I was able to try. Thank you. If this is your first time here, welcome to the show. I'm Kimmy Snowfox. My boy over there is Marco. We don't have a niche. We just like to have fun. That's all that matters here. I have fun. This was awesome. That concludes our Halloween special. I'm very happy. We're gonna wrap this up because this is going to be a lot to edit. I can already tell. Thank you. I will see y'all next week. Be safe. Let me know what your favorite part is. And let me know if you do decide to make a spooky focaccia. Tag me in it so I can see it. Don't be afraid to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl Kimmy Snowfox and Marco if you are interested in what we got going on here, which is a lot. Happy Halloween, everybody. Happy Halloween. Ooh. Bye.
At the top of the show, I guess that means I'll have to go. If it been at the line, it's been at the strike. And to make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'm getting in the night. I'm feeling the height of the hype. I'm getting in the bed of the right. I just keep on going, I keep it on going, and then I write.
No bars. Damn.